What's going on, everybody, and happy holidays. This is your host of the Creepcast, 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗆. Episode 4, I'm going to introduce you to a man named by Sammy Ruiz. Sammy is an amazing musician, artist, and illustrator. He not only talks about his musical influences, but the trials and tribulations that he personally experienced which influenced his life and his music. So sit back, put the headphones in, turn up that car stereo, and let's go on this road, this adventure, which is called The Art and Music of Sammy Ruiz. Happy holidays, everyone. Alrighty, hello everyone. This is episode 4 of the Creepcast. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗆, the host of the Creepcast. And tonight, I'm here with a very special guest. The man's name is Sammy Ruiz. Not only he's an amazing artist and illustrator, but he's also a musician as well. And I'll definitely put all the links in descriptions where you can find his art, his music, and his Instagram. Sam, do you have a Facebook too?
Yeah, the Facebook is just The Art of Sammy Ruiz. That's the art one. Then the music is Sammy Ruiz Music.
So I'm just going to shut the hell up. He knows more than I do. So how's it going, Sam?
Good. Very good. Thank you for having me, dude.
No problem. We're loosely acquainted through mutual friends. So what drew me to you, obviously, besides your personality, you have the cool style as far as clothes. I was huge into like the rockabilly and punk scene when I was younger. I still am, but you get older, you wear comfortable shoes and loose fitting jeans.
Yeah.
I don't wear like, the skin tight mediums cuffed up with creepers and the greasy pumped hair anymore. I kind of toned it down, but not only your style of clothes, but your music. And it's just it reminds me a lot of like the stuff I listened to when I was younger, like Mike Ness's solo albums. Yeah. And like a lot of bands like I got into a band called the Coffin Cats, and they're kind of like a psychobilly band, I think from Detroit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just I dig your latest album, which is The Ghosts of LA.
Yes, Ghost of LA.
Which came out in September, correct?
Yeah, that was out in September 30th.
And that's strictly acoustic, correct?
Yeah, all acoustic. It's acoustic guitar with some of the tracks feature harmonica played by my buddy Luis Anguiano, and violin as well by my buddy Ray Chen. He played violin, but it's pretty much just straightforward acoustic guitar, harmonica, violin, and it's very simple. But I'm pretty happy with it.
I like the fact that sometimes it's music that's broken down to its rawest form.
Yeah,
it has meaning, and obviously a lot of your songs, it's personal meaning, like things of trials and tribulations in your life, which a lot of people could relate to. One of my favorite bands is a SoCal punk rock band here from Victorville, but they're pretty well known now. They're called Face to Face.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, from when I was 16 till I'm 43 now, they just spoke to me. I mean, the hardest times of my life, or positive, or when I was heartbroken from a girlfriend, when I was crying, or I was drunk. I mean, it was a couple of times I went to go see him, probably like the House of Blues or like the Glass House of Pomona. Like I got a little teary eyed, but sometimes when you have that connection with certain music, it just it definitely has meaning.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure some of your songs definitely have inklings of just like personal like experiences in your life, things that you went through and whatnot.
Yeah. And it was cool, I think, with the acoustic stuff that I'm doing now, because with the band, I would write, some of the songs were pretty heartfelt lyrics, but the band was so loud and so, they had that punk rock kind of energy that we would put on it when we play live. So a lot of people really couldn't hear my lyrics. So with this stuff, at least people can hear what I'm saying and hopefully maybe relate to some of those lyrics as well.
So you definitely feel, obviously, because you're on your own now.
Yeah.
So you used to play with the Bad Luck Bandits, correct?
Yes, Bad Luck Bandits.
And when did you guys form?
We started in 2004. We started,
that's over a decade. That is, I'm horrible at math, so don't ask me.
I know, me too. that was a long time ago. So yeah, we started in high school. We had a punk band. And when we had the punk band, I was actually the drummer. I started playing drums in the punk band. I met the guitar player, some dude named Albert, and our friend Jonathan was the bass player.
So you guys were just like a bunch of buddies, like a garage band, just jamming.
Yeah, we would just get together. We had a few different band names. We were called Los Rechazados. We had another band name too. I forgot. But anyways, we discovered a few different bands. Do you remember those compilations? Give Them the Boot from Hellcat Records.
I know Hellcat Records. I just don't. I probably seen the compilations.
Yeah, because I used to collect the what were they called? Punkoramas from Epitaph.
Yeah, God, you just struck a nerve. That's just that. Which I believe, I don't know if they're still up, but Pennywise is on that label. Don't quote me on that, but I know they were or they still are.
Epitaph, I believe so. Yeah, I think they're still on there. But I used to get those way back in the day and had a bunch of them. But anyways, Hellcat Records, which is pretty much an extension of Epitaph, they were putting out their own compilations called Give 'Em the Boot, which featured a lot of different punk bands that were on Hellcat, like Rancid, of course. Who else?
When I hear Punk-O-Rama, I picture like No Use for a Name, or like
Pulley,
or like Lagwagon, or like again Face to Face, who toured with like Dropkick Murphys all the time.
Yeah,
and just they were on I'm drawing a blank. Fat Records for a long time.
Yeah,
and then they were with Dr. Strange Records, which still exists.
Yeah.
And 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗄 𝗏𝗂𝗧.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So when I was a kid, the skate punks and like the rejects and the punk rockers would go to Dr. Strange Records in Altaloma or 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏 𝗏𝗂𝗧, and you go buy your little indie CDs. And that's when I discovered Face to Face.
Yeah.
I lived in 𝗏𝗏𝗧, California. I'm like, who's this band Face to Face? And they toured everywhere locally. They played everywhere locally, and they got bigger and bigger. And they were just like these tattooed, kind of like punk rockers, rockabilly, creepers, cuffed up jeans, and like what I'm wearing now, black t-shirt and jeans, and just and it was just SoCal punk rock. They had that vibe, and they toured with a lot of bands, and they went on the Warped Tour, and then they played like some other festivals, and they got bigger and bigger, and they eventually got like one single on K-Rock, and they went underground again. When I hear Punk-O-Rama, it just takes me back to those days. That's why I like your music. I was like, this sounds pretty old school, like the stuff I listened to over 20 years ago. And you're in your early 30s, correct?
Yes, I'm 31.
So you're 31 years old, and you had this influence from bands that were been around in my era.
Yeah.
And I have 10 plus years on you, so I'm like, right on, dude. And I was like, okay.
Little funny story about Face to Face, little side tangent. When I was in college, I was going to Pasadena City College, and I was taking English. I was an English major at one point. And one of my teachers, one of the instructors, his name was Shane Underwood. And I remember the first couple of days of class, like we introduced ourselves, and I told him my name's Sammy. And every time he'd walk into class, he's like, Trevor, what's up, Trevor? I'm like, my name's not Trevor, dude. I'm like, my name's Sammy.
You look like Trevor Keith.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, why do you keep calling me Trevor? He's like, dude, you look like Trevor Keith. And back then I had like a pompadour and I'd wear the cuff jeans. And
so Trevor Keith is the lead vocalist and rhythm guitar player from Face to Face. You do kind of look like it's funny, like a mini version of super cool dude.
Yeah.
Quick story. This was their breakup tour, their farewell tour, but they got back together back in, I'm about the age of myself, 2013. And they played the House of Blues in Hollywood. Uh-huh. And this is the day I used to wear my creepers and like my Lucky 13 button-down Dickies shirt and greasy hair with pompadour or whatever. And I had these mean old mutton chops. So I was drinking that day, and somehow we ended up in the foundation room, the little after-hour thing upstairs.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the band dressing room was right across the hall from the entrance to the foundation room. So I'm a little drunk, I admit it. And so I'm walking out. Here comes Trevor Keith, Face to Face, and he's wearing the same identical two-tone TUK creepers I'm wearing. And I bump into him, and he smiles, hey, how's it going? And within 2 minutes, I fired off like how I've been listening to him since I was 16, and I'm a big fan. And no, I sound like an idiot. Somehow I ended up spilling my Jack and Coke on his creepers, and I felt so bad. And we were wearing the same creepers, and he's like, that's cool, man. He signed my arm. He signed my arm. Flash forward to like a couple years later when they got back together, they played at the Glass House in downtown Pomona. Excuse me. I think I had my little nephew with me at the time, and he's getting exposed to all these punk rock bands or whatever. So I'm like, hey, they're going to come down and shake the crowd's hand because the Glass House it's literally the size of my apartment. So, which I think is cool when bands do that. They relate to their audience.
Yeah,
and they're humble guys. They're all family men and whatnot. So I call his name and I shake his hand. And I'm like, hey, you're probably not going to remember this. And I tell him the story, how I spill my drink on him. And he's like, yeah, you're the guy that spilled that Jack and Coke. He probably didn't say Jack and Coke. You're the guy who spilled your cocktail on my creepers. And I'm like, I'm wearing the same pair today. And I showed him. And he was like, hey, thanks for supporting us, this and that. But
nice.
You kind of look like him. So your instructor kept calling you Trevor.
Yeah. I'm like, why do you keep calling me Trevor? Then he's like, dude, you look like Trevor Keith from Face to Face. So anyways, that's when I'm like, oh man, this guy's really cool. This instructor, Shane, he was real young, sleeve down tattoos.
What kind of course were you taking? What course was this?
This was English, I think 3C, which was, I went pretty high in English. I was really interested in literature and reading and analysis and a lot of creative writing, which I took interest in that at a very early age in high school.
So you have that. It's funny because people that are they're artsy, they're creative. If you're either like molding clay or you're playing acoustic guitar, that wheel never stops turning.
Yeah, exactly.
It never stops, and it's like either you're finding it through literature, music, cinema, or sketching in a book. I was always sketching when I was a kid.
Yeah,
just doodling like short stories or just like writing my thoughts out. I never realized that my buddy brought it to my attention. He was a musician. I would write poetry.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a meathead. I write poetry. I used to write poetry or short stories.
Yeah.
He's like, your poetry is actually song format. I didn't realize I was doing chorus. I was like,
oh, okay.
And he's like, dude, run with it, dude. And I'm an amazing guitar player. And the guy's like self-employed now. He's like a millionaire, which is crazy. And he never got into the music industry. So you obviously had this artistic bug as a young man up until being, a 30-some-year-old man. At what age did you realize that you had this niche? Like, when did you first pick up like guitar or any type of instrument?
The guitar. So kind of going back to that story with the punk band that I was in junior high school. So we had so we were playing. I was playing drums, and we had started picking up those "Give 'Em the Boot" compilations from Hellcat Records, and there was 2 bands on there that we were like, "What the heck is this?" Like, they just sounded very distinct, very different from all the other bands, which was the 𝗦𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗁𝗺𝗺 and
oh my god,
and Tiger Army.
You're speaking my language, okay?
Yeah, and we heard like this crazy click in their music. We're like, "What is that?" So we kind of looked up pictures of them, and back then I don't even think there was YouTube. There was, I'm sure we can go on, and we found like the guy from the 𝗦𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺s used a big coffin bass. And we're like, whoa, shit, that's pretty crazy. So anyways, at the time, my guitar player ended up buying a stand-up bass. I ended up picking up guitar.
You were talking junior high?
Yeah, we were in junior high.
How in the hell did you afford a stand-up bass in junior high?
I think because my bass player, or the previous guitar player in the punk band, his dad was he was from Mexico. Like, he would go back and forth to Mexico all the time. So I think he bought him a bass in Mexico, one of those big like mariachi kind of basses. Yeah.
Sound like the circus in town. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds like my neighbors. Yeah, okay.
So I think he picked one up out there, then he just kind of painted it and stuff, and it looked pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So I picked up a guitar because my grandpa bought me a guitar for Christmas one year. And
at what age was this?
I must have been 14 or 13, I think.
Now, were you playing the drums prior to that in the band? Then you picked up the guitar? Or?
Yes. Yeah, I was playing the drums, and I was all self-taught with drums, and I picked up the guitar, and it was pretty hard playing the guitar, but I just kind of sat in my room. The only thing, all I would do back then was listen to music, skateboard, and play guitar. I pretty much taught myself.
That is so punk rock, like just music and skateboard, and all you wanted to do was skate, hang out with your friends, and play guitar and listen to music.
Yeah, that's all I did for hours on end. I would get home from school and just learn the guitar, and I pretty much taught myself how to play from the Ramones, of course.
So you sat there and you're listening to the Ramones, and what other bands were you listening to that you self-taught yourself to play acoustic guitar?
A big one was Social Distortion. Their songs were very Ramones-like,
right.
Like the simple 3 chords. My dad liked Social Distortion. Who else?
Did you learn first on an acoustic or an electric?
I learned, actually, it was an acoustic guitar.
I heard, and most musicians that I know or talk to, they said it was better to practice on an acoustic first.
Yeah.
To learn on the acoustic, and then you'll master the electric, because the fretboard and hitting certain notes was harder.
Yeah. Okay. You have to put a little more strength into holding the strings down. So yeah, I pretty much was self-taught, and we kind of just composed our own songs with the now stand-up bass player who was the guitar player. I was the guitar, and we found a drummer. We found a drummer in high school. His brother was like the best drummer in school. His name was Jimmy, and we always like Jimmy was like the god of drums.
The guy like you wanted to jam with. Okay.
Yeah, but his younger brother, he was pretty good as well, but he was not as good as Jimmy, of course, but we ended up picking up his younger brother. And that's kind of how we started. We got together for a battle of the bands. And
so this whole trip started in junior high.
Yeah.
And then it carried over into high school. Then eventually you guys became the Bandits.
Yes. So in high school, we kind of took it a little more seriously. We recorded a demo.
Really?
We were making T-shirts. We were booking shows. We were putting our flyers all around town.
Wow. So you guys were self-promoting.
Yeah.
Everything. Shirts, flyers, demos, whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is all in high school.
All in high school.
And by then you were playing guitar only. You walked away from the drums and focused more on guitar.
Yeah. I pretty much dropped the drums. I would play them here and there, but I just I got really rusty in the drums, and I just focused 100% on the guitar. And we would sneak into the principal's office to go make Xerox flyers of our flyers, Xerox copies.
I was okay. That's resourceful. Okay.
And I would hand draw our flyers and stuff. And we would pretty much play backyard gigs in like East LA, Lincoln Heights and stuff.
So you did a lot of that. It's funny because like if you grew up in, I grew up in San Gabriel Valley, in Hacienda Heights, the La Puente area. And then I had family live like in South Amani, and my grandparents were in Montebello. It's like if you grew up in a neighborhood, that had like a little barrio, it's like you're either part of the neighborhood or you're like the rocker kid that was like into like metal or to like punk rock, and they're like, okay, we'll respect that, we'll leave you alone. We're not gonna jump into the neighborhood. So at this age, you guys were taking it more and more serious. You mentioned that you used to draw your own flyers because Sammy's an artist as well as an illustrator. When did you notice you had a talent to draw or at least illustrate?
I started drawing. My mom kind of taught me how to draw when I was younger. My mom was very artistic. She was a seamstress.
So you got that influence from a certain like parental figure, like a grandparents or your mom or dad? Yeah,
my mom really taught me how to draw, like the line work and stuff. And actually my grandma Janet, she really taught me how to color. She would sit there and color coloring books with me. And I remember her colors were very bold, and she would kind of teach me how to use the crayons and stuff. But yeah, little by little, I started just drawing pictures for for the band in high school, junior high, and what else did I do? I got hired in high school and junior high to draw pictures for people. Like I would charge people $5
just to make some extra cash.
Yeah,
and it probably went to like the band fund or whatever. Or your pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. Dad, you did more. I was a stoner jock in high school. I just wanted to party and chase women. Damn, that's very artistic. So. You definitely had that exposure to the artistic side through influences from you said your mom and your aunt?
Yeah, my grandma. Yeah.
Now, who exposed you to music at an early age? Was your dad or was your mom or like an older brother? I don't know your siblings. I know you have a sister. I know that.
Yes, I have a younger sister.
Who exposed you to music?
I think the biggest music influence was my dad. My dad was, he still is, but he was into like thrash, like DRI, and
oh wow, okay.
Slayer is one of his favorite bands, and he was into old punk rock too, like Discharge, and
so you probably heard it like played in the distance, and you kind of was like, wow, what is that? And then you went on your own journey and started discovering like Social D, the Ramones, probably like like Operation Ivy. I'm just throwing out certain bands.
Oh yeah, Op Ivy's one.
It's like in like a lot of ska and punk. Like for me. I was a 90s kid, but I had influence when I was younger in the 80s. My brother listened to like new wave and like dark goth and like metal. Like I remember hearing like he had the Smiths. Now it's cool to listen to the Smiths. He had the Smiths like on vinyl.
Yeah.
And he had like U2 and like English Beat and like Selector and like the Specials and all that. And then I came to age, when I was a teenager, and it was like the whole like the grunge era. Like bands like Soundgarden and like Alice in Chains, but at the same time we had this SoCal punk scene, like those bands like Helmet, Social D was getting bigger and bigger, and like Pennywise and like Rancid and who else, Face to Face and like Dropkick Murphys, Flogging Molly, who else? Bad Religion. God, I love that band, but I refuse to listen to their music because I listened to it so many times.
Yeah,
I was like, nope, I can't listen. I love it. So you definitely came into a certain age where that influence from an older relative just kind of molded your musical influences, and eventually you becoming a musician yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was buying the Exploited t-shirts when I was like 13, 14. And he gave me a few different cassettes, like a 7 Seconds cassette.
Wow. Cassettes.
Then I discovered like Adolescence,
Minor Threat, Adolescence.
Yeah.
All these bands toured, like, and they were all just like part of like, they all did the Warped Tour, or they all did, what's this other big event they used to do? And it's just, they were all part of the same, like, just group of family, the same group of friends. It's just, that's a trip. So
once I think once I discovered those gateway bands for like Tiger Army and the Necromantics from the Give 'Em the Boot compilations, I started doing a little more research, and I kind of found that Mike Ness did a solo thing, and I really, really liked what he did with that old country.
Country twang.
Yeah.
I see that influence in your music. Like I hear it. Like when I listened to the album the other day, I was like, this sounds like Mike Ness's like influence. Like when he did his solo stuff, and it's very honky tonk country, little rockabilly peppered in there, a little punk rock with the power chords.
Yeah,
and I was listening to it on that work, and I'm like, it's a day before Thanksgiving or like a couple of days. I'm like, I ain't doing a damn thing at work. I'm listening to Sammy's music. I did my research. I'm like, okay, I dig the album. Like it was hard to narrow down the songs I liked because I liked every single track. I'm like, well, we can't do a 3-hour podcast, so it's like I'm gonna have to narrow down a couple songs we're gonna play today. So you said gateway bands was definitely like Necromantics and Tiger Army.
Yes, and from them, I kind of discovered like the Reverend Horton Heat, which was freaking awesome band, the Mike Ness solo project stuff. And we kind of got into the rockabilly scene with the Bad Luck Bandits at one point. We were doing a lot of those shows, like the Rockabilly Showdowns. And from there, we kind of, we just started playing a lot of those shows. We kind of we stopped playing those shows towards the end. Mm-hmm. And we kind of just started doing our own thing and playing mainly punk rock shows, just rock and roll shows and stuff. And it was cool. And that's kind of where this acoustic stuff kind of led me now with all those previous experiences, I'd say.
Do you feel that you're a little more in tune with your music being on your own, or like obviously, the experiences you had with the Bad Luck Bandits and everything you did in high school, it molded to who you are now. Mm-hmm. So do you feel like you're a little more in tune now in your music with the experiences you had, not only like musically, but also life experiences?
Yeah, I think so. I think now that I'm up 31, I have definitely more life experiences under my belt. So a lot of these songs are getting a little deeper, a little darker, a little more thoughtful, I think. And I think it's nice to be able to play them behind an acoustic guitar, which you can hear the lyrics. The acoustic guitar is very emotional, I'd say, compared to the electric, which is kind of loud and, mm-hmm. Distorted. And I think, that's kind of the reason why I started playing these acoustic shows in the first place, was because I didn't get a chance to play some of these songs with the band. Mm-hmm. So I kind of started doing acoustic shows by myself, but it was always kind of it was a little scary because I didn't have a full band behind me. And
so that first experience, you by yourself, just with acoustic guitar, I don't know if you stand most of your shows, don't you?
Yeah.
And just out there on your own.
Yeah.
And just with the house lights and like a few people in the crowd or whatever. How was that first experience? Like, how did you feel? And just, were you nervous? Were you antsy? Did you feel like you were going to fail? It just, I can't imagine. I couldn't go up there and do it. It's just, me as a monster, like I have to hide behind that stuff to perform.
Yeah.
Because I'm so reserved and quiet, and just like, there's Rick, and then there's Rick Creeper, the monster. Like, hey, come here. And it's like, I have to have like that suit of armor.
Yeah.
And it's like a light switch. I turn it on and turn it off. It's just, how was it for you your first time?
The first time, it was a bit scary. It was a bit scary, not only because I was by myself, and if I messed up, it was completely on me. Mm-hmm. So I really had to memorize the lyrics just to make sure everything flowed pretty consistently. I had to make sure I played pretty well. I hit the right chords. I didn't mess up. But also, I think I was a little bit nervous as well because I didn't have a full band behind me, and I thought people wouldn't like it as much because I didn't have a band. But I think now, discovering different musicians, like there's this one guy I really like called 𝗦𝗍𝗄 the Devil. He's just an acoustic guy, and he's like selling out festivals now. He's getting huge. I'm like, man, this is just one person. So now I'm kind of discovering how it's not the fact that we don't have a band behind us, it's what we bring to the performance. And it's almost like I kind of started seeing myself like a stand-up comic almost, if that makes any sense, because
like just a solo performer.
Exactly. They just go up there by themselves. You go see someone like Dave Chappelle. It's just him. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not a comic, but same kind of thing though. It's just them. And
so, that is challenging. I don't see how I would have freaked out. It's just, So your very first gig, is that your most memorable, like your solo gig?
The very first solo gig, I played a few different weird ones. Like I played at a bar where there was like it was just the bartender that I played to. There was that. Then I played at a church. I was going to church for a little bit. Then the pastor had asked me, he's like, hey, you want to come play for like it was some like Christmas festival. I'm like, sure. I'm like, I don't think my songs are very appropriate though for church.
You're like the addiction and love and heartbreak. And
yeah.
Like, okay. It's like,
so I did at church. I played a song called "I Get Drunk Off 3 Beers."
That's me. What you did.
Yeah. I mean, some people were laughing and smiling, but the other people are like, when the hell is this guy? But those were the most memorable. I think those first ones. And I think I kind of grew confidence during those first shows, and it's kind of what I brought to the performance.
Cool. So the new album, the latest album, remind us of the title.
Ghost of LA.
And that's pretty much, I found it on YouTube Music, Spotify, Google Play Music, and Amazon Prime Music as well. So I was like, wow, you're everywhere. There's a lot of tracks I like. It just, I had to narrow it down to a couple I wanted to hear, but how do you feel about playing a song right now?
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Cool. I'll let you pick whatever track you want to play.
Cool. Let's see. We'll do Midnight Sinner. That's the first track on that CD.
Cool.
But yeah, this song was actually I wrote it with my band, the Bad Luck Bandits. back in 2005. So
that was 14 years ago.
Yeah. So it's always a fun one to play.
Cool.
Whiskey, wine, and gin, and a couple brews. All we drink through the night is a life of sin. All we kill is a little baby, got nothing to lose. Midnight sinners on the highway to hell. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. Moonshine menace, he lurks through the night with a knife in his hand, looking for a fight. Running from the law with the devil on his side. Life without a cause, and evil as his guide. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. Whiskey, wine, and gin, and a couple brews. All we drink through the night is a life of sin. All we kill a little baby, got nothing to lose. Midnight sinners on the highway to hell. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. He's a midnight sinner. Oh. 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 He's a midnight sinner.
Thank you, dude. That was amazing. I wanted to grab my lighter and light it like I was in the crowd at a concert. That was amazing. That just I don't know why that song just it strikes a chord. Like I had my days, drinking and being a maniac and barking at the moon. So when I heard that, I was listening to it in my headphones at work, and I was like, Sammy's got some soul in him. He's got some. You could definitely tell there's a lot of you. You didn't just write a song. Write a song. Like you took a lot of your personal trials and tribulations, your life experiences, and put it into music. So to me, the most memorable art or most valid art is when you take personal aspects of your life, and you transpose them into something like this, illustrations of music. So that was pretty cool, man. So
that one's I was a madman at one point, and that's kind of about that. It's about those times in my life when I was drinking real heavy.
I hear you, man. I've been there.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back with the art and music of Sammy Ruiz, and he's an amazing guest so far. We just literally burned up 30 minutes on this. Wow, that was fast.
Dang.
We have so much more to talk about too, but we'll definitely come back. You guys stay tuned. Thanks. Okay, we're back at it, episode 4, with myself, 𝗥𝗧𝗧𝗏, and my amazing guest, Sammy Ruiz. You can find his music on Spotify, Google Play Music, Amazon Prime, YouTube Music, and iTunes as well?
Yes, Spotify. It's actually on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. Wow. Okay. Pandora. Damn. I better make sure I do my homework next time. And also, where can we find your artwork, Sammy?
Artwork. It's mainly I'm most active on my Instagram, The Art of Sammy Ruiz. I got a Facebook that it's same link to The Art of Sammy Ruiz. My website, theartofsammyruiz.com. But pretty much those 3 forums.
I'll definitely put all the links in the description where you can find his artwork, his music, his Instagram. Ladies, I'm assuming you're single?
Yes.
And if you want to send him messages, you can on his Instagram as well. So, again, I'm here with Sammy Ruiz. So what are some of your favorite bands that you like to listen to now?
My favorite bands? Oh, man, I think I went back to a lot of the old stuff with a bit of new. So I would say probably my top favorite all-time musician is Tom Waits. And see, if anyone knows Tom Waits has his different eras. Mm-hmm. And I really, really love the 90s Tom Waits.
My mom likes him, which is weird. She's an older lady. I'm like, wow, I'm like, okay. I'm not that big of a fan. My mom was. I was like, you know who he is? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So I think some of the first Tom Waits stuff that I've heard was like the 70s stuff, which is just weird. It's just like, I can't even listen to it. I'm like, what the hell is like.
He probably did a lot of drugs back then.
He was real heavy into drugs, I think. But the 90s Tom Waits stuff, if I can explain it with words, it's very circusy. It's like a dark circus. It's like bad guy music, pretty much.
Very, very cinematic, like climatic. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yes. So he has an album called Blood Money and Alice. Those albums are freaking amazing. So I think Tom Waits. Of course, a lot of the LA punk stuff, like Bad Religion, Adolescence, Black Flag, Social Distortion's a big one. I also like the more how can I put their music? I guess bands like Flogging Molly, Go-Go Bordello, where they do like the Celtic kind of punk and
they're always doing which again, Face to Face, I keep promoting them. They played this recent St. Patty's. I think it was Flogging Molly and Face to Face. They played in Boston.
Oh, nice.
So they have some bromance. Those two bands. Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys are always them Face to Face, like Lagwagon going on tour.
Yeah.
So I seen them play acoustic. They did an acoustic set. Wow, I think it was a year ago. It's a little local spot here in Tustin called Marty's on Newport.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I say about 5 or 6 years ago at the observatory here in Costa Mesa / Santa Ana, they did it was called the Triple Crown. Mm-hmm. So what they did their first 2 albums in the entirety.
Nice.
So one night they did one album, and I think the second night they did the third album. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm stupid. They did the first 2 albums each night, and then they peppered in a couple other stuff, which is cool because you see the tracks they play, the popular tracks.
Yeah.
But for them to play like some of the B-sides as well.
Oh, nice.
And they did, and it was just the coolest fucking event. And then Garageland, they do artwork for a lot of bands.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I actually got the poster, and I got the band to sign, each band member to sign it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to bring up the Jack and Coke story when I met Trevor Keith. I'm like, hey guys, and they signed my poster, and it was cool. But they played all 3 albums the first 3 nights. And I don't think no one's ever done that before.
Nice.
But they're that band that just tours with all the SoCal punk bands and just like Fat Records and just like who else, like Epitaph and whatnot. They're all like the same family.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, besides the bands you mentioned, like who to be like, it doesn't have to be rock. It doesn't have to be rockabilly or punk. Uh-huh. What are some other like favorite type of genre musics or like bands you go to?
So when I'm not listening to punk and stuff, I really do like music from the 20s and 30s. One of my other favorites, my all-time favorite guitar player is Django Reinhardt. I think that music from back then was so freaking beautiful. Edith Piaf, that French vocalist. I love that old school music like that.
It's funny because I listened to a lot of big band and swing music because my dad. Yeah. My dad was all over the map with his music. He didn't really like a lot of he says, goddamn hippie music from like the 60s. Yeah. But he loved like 50s golden oldies like doo-wop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He loved Dion and the Belmonts and what do you call it? Buddy Holly, who else? Like just all that stuff. Yeah. So that's where I listened to a lot of golden oldies, and then he loved Glenn Miller and Benny Goodman and all that. And so I listen to now when I'm cooking or cleaning the apartment, I'll put on big band.
Yeah, same here. My grandpa was huge into Fats Domino. So he's probably one of my favorites too. Fats Domino, My grandpa liked a lot of old blues too, which he kind of exposed me to, like Howlin' Wolf and Lightning Hopkins.
I could see that. I could see that influence in your music.
Dude, yeah, those guys are the real deal.
So you were getting this influence even without realizing it, because you were just from older, your parents and your grandparents. And it's like, it's amazing because a lot of those artists influence like the artists you're listening to now who inspired you to make your own music.
Yeah.
That's a trip, man. So
yeah.
So some of your songs definitely have personal, how could I say this? Influence, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Like some of your songs, like a good example, like I'm assuming Fallen Angel has some personal influence or like meaning, or like a Lola or Addiction.
Yeah.
So you mentioned to me personally you've been sober for 2 years.
Yeah. I went through a crazy point in my life. Right? I mean, the music industry, I think it's no surprise that a lot of musicians do a lot of drugs. Not all of them, of course, but it is easy to get into drugs. And I found myself hanging out with the wrong people. And I was a madman. I was doing pretty much every drug that'd be put in front of my face, and I'd do a lot of it, and drinking pretty heavy. But yeah, a lot of these songs that I play now are kind of about those times.
Just reflection of your past life.
Yeah. And I think what pretty much got me straightened out and stuff was my not only that I was pretty bad, I was losing focus. I was losing sight of pretty much everything I love to do, artwork, music, but also my mom getting sick. That pretty much straightened me out too. I'm like, all right, now it's go time. Now it's time to take care of my mom. I need to be straight-minded all the time.
It's funny sometimes I'll just like a life-changing experience, like that's the reality check.
Yeah.
Like you have to like, okay, it's time to let go of the frivolous things, or it's time to be responsible.
Yeah.
Same with me, my dad obviously passed away a couple of years ago, and it was time for me to be that figure in my mom's life, and provide and whatnot, and certain things no longer have value. And we've all had our demons. I'm not perfect. I've done things I'm not proud of with alcohol and experimenting with certain drugs and whatnot. But it's funny how you could not necessarily regret, but then you could create, like what you did. You created art. You created music from this life experience.
Right.
Hence the song Addiction. So and there's probably someone out there who's listening to it, and they can relate to they can say the same thing. They're relating to it. They're like, your words, your music is actually striking a chord in their heart. Right. And they can relate to you as well. Or they'll listen to that music when they need to be uplifted from something, or they're just in a certain mood. They got to hear that song.
Yeah. I agree. I think like pretty much what you said. I think I don't regret doing them, but I do regret some of the things I did while I was doing them.
Right.
I look back now and I just cringe. I'm like, damn, I did some nasty, messed up stuff.
But again, you know what? You did it at a young age, which I always told me, if you're going to do things, do it at a young age. Get out of your system. Yeah. Learn your lesson. Move on. Don't regret, but don't forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just made that up right now. I'm gonna trademark that. Don't regret. Don't regret. Don't forget. So another song I would like to hear, if you don't mind, is since we're on the topic of addiction, and obviously this has a personal, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? This obviously has it's a personal note, piece of your life. Yeah. So if you don't mind playing Addiction, that'd be great.
Yeah. It was about that time in my life when I was just a madman. But it's called Addiction.
It could have been called Madman, but we decided to call it Addiction.
I haven't played this in a good while. I really don't play this one live too much. So
no pressure on my shitty podcast.
5 wasted years and countless bloody tears, lost and blind, no reason, no rhyme. Nickels, dimes, and a little petty crimes, whiskey thrills and a little magic pills. Anything so wrong, it never seemed so right. He filled up his mind with the blackness of the night. A wasted man indeed, the worst of all disease. He shot up his veins with a drug that he called pain. He once had it all, but soon he would fall. Found a kind of dope that was set to bring him hope. A junkie at its best, but just like all the rest, his addiction to this pain drove him insane. 40 cigarettes and an empty little bed. He called her on the phone, another night alone. His heart was cold and black, and a shiver ran down his back. He then began to see the fool he grew to be. He found his box of tricks, and he took that final fix. This pain he adored was gone forevermore. This gun in his hand seemed to understand. He lay on his bed with a bullet in his head. He once had it all, but soon he would fall. Found a kind of dope that was said to bring him hope. A junkie at its best, but just like all the rest, his addiction to this pain drove him insane. Da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, like a da-da-dee-dum, dum, like a da-da-dee-dum. He once had it all, but soon he would fall. Found a kind of dope that was said to bring him hope. A junkie at its best, but just like all the rest, his addiction to this pain drove him insane. 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 Right. Thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Thank you, dude.
I'm slowly falling in love with Sammy Ruiz. You know, how dreamy he is. I'm just kidding. Now, hearing that, does it strike a nerve? Like remind you of, those times, or just not as? I mean, we all regret a little bit.
Yeah.
But we try not to like beat up ourselves all the time. It brings back those old memories, like hearing that song that you wrote about your life experiences.
Yeah, I think sometimes it gets emotional. Sometimes I kind of feel like crying, dude, when I play some of those songs. Specifically that one, because I think a lot of people can relate to this, and I'm kind of not so embarrassed to say this anymore, but I was suicidal.
Well, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting your emotions out there for people to, someone be like, wow, this guy went through a lot, or I could relate to the same thing. I get it. And again, it's some different type of art form, but there was times that I got emotional just being, this stupid monster performing.
Yeah.
And just, personally investing like certain characteristics or aspects of my life into that character.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. It's just, but at the same time, it's good to feel that pain, just to remind you, to get that measurement of who you were then to who you are now.
Yeah.
You went from completely being lost to just, your priorities were not there. You weren't focused on your music, or your family, loved ones, to now you have art,
mm-hmm.
you have your music, you have an album, you're at all the conventions. You were at Midsummer Scream, you were at Son of Monster Palooza, or were you just hanging out?
I was just hanging out. Yeah, that one.
You were at the Salem Market. Were you at the Salem Market? No, you were at the Sugar Mint Terror Market. Excuse me.
Yes, I was at the Sugar Mint, the LA Comic Con. I was at. I think this year I try to do some of the more bigger ones. I've been trying to slowly progress and really expand myself.
I'm tired of my feed of seeing Sammy Ruiz at every fucking convention. I'm like, I get it, dude. I get it. Okay, you got cool artwork, and you're this handsome looking dude that plays the guitar too. I get it. No, but seriously, it's just, you went from battling these demons that and then you overcame it, and you remind yourself of where you came from, whatnot. To look at you now. You toured with Rancid. You toured with Pennywise. This was in Denver?
Yes. So Rancid, Pennywise, Iron Reagan, and the English Beat, those four bands were all on tour together. They were doing a United States tour. So I joined the tour during the last three shows. So I flew into Salt Lake City, Utah, and I played the first show there. Then we all drove out to Denver. So in Denver, we did 2 shows there. It was a Saturday show and a Sunday show. And yeah, they were insane. They were crazy.
So 2 things. So we look back to the person you were, who it's a reflection of this song, to the person you are now. You're fucking touring with, you're doing a gig with Pennywise, and with Tim Armstrong, and then I see the picture with Tim Armstrong. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I mean, when he was in Operation Ivy and his solo stuff, which was very ska-y, which I liked. Yeah, I mean, is it just a trip?
It's weird. It's crazy. Because my band, the 𝗟𝗵𝗳𝗁 Bandits, we opened up for Rancid back in 2008. And we were just super lucky to have gotten that opportunity.
Where was this at exactly?
This was at the House of Blues in Anaheim.
Which is a cool venue.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's okay. So it's a good venue as far as its acoustics and its sound. Just it's a shitty setup when it's not there no more, obviously. Yeah. No, wait, is this the new location or the old location?
This was when it was at the downtown Disney.
Okay, yeah. It's just right when you walked in, the crowd was like right there.
Yeah. It was weird. I always liked the House of Blues Hollywood a little bit more, like the setup, I think.
That setup, I really like that one. And the one in the Bellagio in Vegas, I think it's the bigger one of the 3. I've never been to San Diego, but I heard that one's pretty nice too.
San Diego, yeah, I haven't been to that one either. But yeah, that was cool. We had a friend that hooked us up with that gig, and he was really good friends with Tim Armstrong. And it was cool. I mean, at that time in 2008, it was a crazy time in my life because my daughter was being born. She was born in 2008. So we had that show coming up. The band was kind of getting some buzz around it. And yeah, that's kind of at the point where I just started kind of going downhill. And I think being so young too, we didn't realize what we were doing. And now that I got this opportunity again.
You were in your early 20s. That was 11 years ago.
Yeah, I think I was 20 years old.
That's a lot of responsibility for a young man to not only have your own life, your life responsibilities, but soon to be a father. Yeah. And then a band that's going on tour and having to produce music and having, you're performing amongst a group. So there's certain levels of responsibility expected of you. Yeah. So I can see why, you give into temptation, you give into, you're only human. I mean, you're going to break down. You're going to give in. I do. It's like, even the frivolous things like I'll break down, eat McDonald's, and I feel horrible for a couple of days. It's like, but that is a lot of responsibility for a 20-year-old man. Yeah. I can never relate to that because, but it's like, but talking about what you did recently, how are you approached to even fucking tour with Rancid and Pennywise? That's crazy.
So this one, I got a good friend named Elvis Cortez. Elvis plays with a band called Left Alone. So me and Elvis have been friends for years. I met him with my band. So he gave me a call one day. He's like, "Hey man, do you want to open up for Rancid and Pennywise?" I'm like, "What?" Like,
hey, how's it going? You want to go on tour with Rancid and Pennywise?
Yeah. I'm like, are you talking to the right guy? I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He's like, pretty much what you're going to do is, you're going to fly out to Salt Lake City and you'll play Denver too. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. So this was probably a month before the shows actually happened. So I couldn't believe it. I'm like, damn, here I am again, getting the second chance to open up for Rancid. And I kind of felt like I was.
Is that kind of weird? Like you're opening up for Rancid 10 some years later. Do you feel it was like a second opportunity, like kind of Rise of the Phoenix? Like, hey, I did this. Right. I had my trials and tribulations, and now I'm on my own. I've had life experience. I've learned what to do, not what to do. Yeah. And now you're revisiting the same opportunity. It's just
exactly. And I when he first asked me, I thought he had wanted the 𝗟𝗵𝗁𝗁 Bandits, and I told him, "Hey man, we're kind of not together anymore."
And he's like, "No, we want you."
Right, exactly. He said, "We want you to play." I'm like, "Holy shit!" It was kind of one of those moments where it felt like a glitch in the Matrix. Like, is this real? Like,
now, were they watching you, like the bands? I would have been nervous, like seeing like the guys from Pennywise, like Fletcher and those guys, or like Tim Armstrong and the other guys watching you off to the side of the stage. Like,
so I think the first night in Salt Lake City, I ran into Tim Armstrong a few times, and after I performed, I seen him backstage, and actually he recognized me because I met him a few times before. Not only at that show that we played in 2008.
So he remember you then? Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" So we were kind of small talking. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm
He's like, what are you doing backstage? Get out of here, security! Get this midget out of here!"
And I told him, "Hey, my Elvis booked me to open up for you guys, so I'm a part of the Hellcat Records acoustic."
How was he in person, Tim Armstrong?
He's really cool. He's really down to earth. Yeah, he asked he made it a point to ask me questions. And he seemed legitimately interested in what I was doing.
So he was engaged in conversation, not just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like he wanted to know what you had going on.
Yeah,
that is so cool. Dude.
Yeah, and Tim, if anyone gets a chance to meet him, he has certain very distinct mannerisms when he talks. And he kind of, I guess, the way he sounds is the way he kind of looks. if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, really, really kind guy. So I seen him. Then the next in Denver, I was hanging out with Jim from Pennywise.
I met them working a couple security gigs here in Costa Mesa, and they're not going to remember who I am, but they were super cool.
Yeah, really, really cool. I met Fletcher. Fletcher asked me for a cigarette, and yeah, the guys from the English Beat, Dave, the singer, he was really, really kind. Iron Reagan, I didn't really get a chance to talk to them so much. Those dudes are party animals. They're party all the time.
Good. You know, I'm a cheap date, 2 cocktails and yours. I'm like, I'm not a big drinker anymore. It's just like,
yeah,
that's funny. That is just a trip, man. Just how you recircled, like, you know, playing with Rancid, but now you're on your own. You've grown. It's just like Sammy's doing his own thing. That's just a trip.
Yeah.
Well, how long was your set list that night?
The sets were about 20 minutes, I think.
Okay.
About 20 minutes. A little shorter, but they were cool. I think the most crowded was the Denver shows. That's when the biggest crowds I'd performed to. And when I went into the gigs, I thought we were going to be playing like on a side stage or something, but it was
all of it was on the main stage.
Oh, it was on the main stage.
One showcase, everyone performed, and that's how the observatory is. They have like the small little constellation room.
Yeah.
Then they got the main room. And they might change out like the drum kits and some like couple PAs or like amps, but all the bands playing on one stage.
Yeah.
And it's like you're playing acoustic and then they kick you off and here comes, you know, Necromantics and they're changing out the kits, they're changing out the amps and whatnot. And they take down your band. You're like, get this guy out of here. And they put up theirs. It's just like
crazy, huh?
So I'm gonna pick a song, Lola. What's any personal meaning behind that?
Lola, yeah. Well, it's about my daughter, Lola.
I kind of figured. So.
Yeah, yeah. She's 11 years old now, but yeah, she was born in 2008.
What did you think about her daddy playing music and drawing art and all that?
She's very nonchalant about it.
You're like, hey, I'm going on tour. You're like, oh, okay, Dad, I'll see you later. It's
yeah. Like when I wrote her this song, I showed it to her. I'm like, hey, Lola, I got a song about you. She was like, oh, cool. Like nothing.
I'm sorry. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You like put all this, effort into it. Like, just like, hey, sweet everything. Oh, that's cool, Dad. It's like, let me go back to my laptop watching.
Yeah. I'll bring her to some of the shows and like, I'll put her behind my amp. Like I'll give her a little chair. And yeah, she just has her headphones in because it's pretty loud. And she's just watching videos on her phone. Like she really doesn't care.
So you're performing and she's just like on her tablet or laptop, just watching, whatever on YouTube.
Yeah. And I'll turn around and I'll mess with her. Like I'll stick my tongue out at her or something. And she just kind of smiles.
That's cool. So she's there, but she's like doing her own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. I kind of figured it was about your daughter. I was like, oh, we'll bring it up. So.
Yeah. But it's with her. Yeah. It's been a rough ride between custody battles and anything crazy that could happen during custody battle. I mean, it has happened to all of us, myself, her and her mom.
So besides, it having meaning being your daughter, it's just things that you dealt with just all the issues you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of my letter to her. If I were to pass away at a young age, maybe she could, look back at the song and kind of say, oh, yeah.
So you have a lot emotionally invested in these music, not only creating art, but like you took a piece of your heart and put it on paper.
Yeah.
And you're performing. And I'm telling you, those are the songs to me that stick out because you could tell that artist, that vocalist, him or her took a piece of their own life.
Yeah.
And they transformed into music and expressionism.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're performing it to me, and then I'm getting my own interpretation of it.
Right.
Just like an artist who paints.
Mm-hmm.
He paint a portrait with passion, and it has certain symbolism or meaning for him. But then at the same time, whoever shares that, they're going to have their own as well. So
right.
That is cool, man. You mind playing that song?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Let's just have Sammy just play music the entire podcast. I'll just shut the hell up,
So yeah, this one's called Lola. Little Lola, the first time we laid eyes, I knew you had my heart, my angel from the skies. You gave me a reason to not cry, a reason to be strong, to hold my head up high. Let's stand and fight this thing that we call life. 'Cause I just want you to know that everything's
everything's gonna be alright. You're my everything, my love, my little Lola. You're my angel from up above, my little Lola. You're my everything, my love, Lola. When you were one, things got kinda tough. But like a diamond in the rough, you stayed so very tough. One gloomy day, they took you away. But who could I blame? Myself, oh my ways. I made my mistakes, you'll understand one day that you're my everything, my love, my little Lola from up above. Oh yeah, you're my everything, my love, my little Lola. You're my angel from up above, my little Lola. You're my everything, my love, Lola. By the time you were two, there was so much that you knew. There's nothing I could try to hide. And now that you're three, it's only you and me. You make my whole life complete. And I thank the Lord for my little girl. You're my everything, my love, Lola.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not only I want to thank you for performing that song, but I want to thank you for taking something personal into your life.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And sharing it with not only me, but the hundreds and thousands of people that are going to eventually listen to it or have heard it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. It's hard to take like something that's raw and pure as part of your life and just put it out there. And it's emotional and just it takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
And it's very commendable. And I just wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Not to get too serious, but I'm digging the music and just we're going to take another quick little break and we're going to talk about some of your artwork. Some of kind of like the spooky or just like kind of sci-fi stuff you talk about or your beliefs and whatnot. We have a lot of common interests.
Nice.
Besides being a handsome devil and he's a musician, he's also into some kind of supernatural things as well. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the music of Sammy Ruiz. Okay, folks, we're back at it here. Episode 4 of the Creepcast. Your host, 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗏, with my very special guest, Sammy Ruiz. Not only he's an amazing musician, he's an artist, and he's an amazing dude all around. So he dresses pretty cool too. So can you agree? You agree with that, Sammy?
Like the old school style, the punk rock stuff.
Yeah, the Doc Martens. Like you got the Oxford. Is it Oxblood?
I call him Oxblood, but I guess someone called him Cherry. So
look, see the Cherry ones. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Cherry have more of a shine.
They do, yeah.
The Oxblood, I believe, and they're the UK ones. They have they're a little bit more crimson.
Yeah,
and I think the Cherry ones they come steel toe with the Combat Souls.
Oh, okay.
So the Oxbloods, those are the UK because there's the ones that you make in the UK and the ones that come from China. Mm-hmm. And I'm with the old school ones from the UK. So you remind me of the dudes I used to hang out with years ago the way you're dressed. So.
Yeah.
So you have certain beliefs. I know you have you're like into me a lot of like spiritualism and just you believe like in the paranormal, or like aliens or like other dimensions and whatnot. I know we loosely talked about this last time, just like personally. But when did you notice at an age when did you start to realize that you were into different things than everybody else was?
I think when the first, I mean, I've always liked scary movies, and I never, back when I was probably a teenager, I'd never really experienced anything paranormal. Well, I guess maybe I did. Maybe when I was younger, we lived at a house in Highland Park, at my grandma's house. We lived with my grandma, and in her basement, she had sewing machines. She had a sewing business. So I remember at night we would hear those sewing machines go off, and there'd be no way because they're like big, heavy duty things. You would have.
So you're talking about these old school Singer like sewing machines,
Yeah.
with the foot pedals.
Exactly.
My grandma had one, and I don't even think it was electric. I think it was manual, and it was belt driven. And I remember it was like a cast iron like foot pedal.
Yeah.
And it had the big pulleys, and it was apparently those are worth a lot of money now.
Yeah.
And those things were loud as hell. So I could only imagine you guys would hear those things going off in grandma's basement.
I remember, we would hear those go off, and I think at the time that we lived with her, I think I was about 7 years old, but I remember them going off. And I remember this one specific event. My grandma had this boyfriend at the time, some dude named Isaac, and I remember him running outside with the Bible, and he was looking up at a tree and reading verses from the Bible. And I remember looking out the window, and there was a big white owl above our house up in the tree. And I guess my grandma had explained to me after the fact that the witches take forms, or it was the witches, or maybe Lucifer takes the form of an owl.
A white owl?
A white owl, yes.
It's funny because there's a term I've heard, and I use it all the time. It's the great owl, the more he sees, the less he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think gray owls or white owls you might be correct. I gotta speak to my bruja about that and see what she says. But,
yeah.
So the boyfriend ran out with the Bible, and he was reading passages from the Bible.
And now I'm like, what the heck's going on? And of course, the memories are kind of fuzzy because it was so long ago, but I do remember that very distinctly. But I think, that was probably my first brushes with the paranormal. And as I got older, I just, nothing really too extreme, but I do recall seeing, I think it started when I was probably a young teen, maybe 14, 15. I would see the numbers 444 everywhere I went. I would see them on like license plates, which could just be us seeing, what's the term when you see patterns? I forget what that term is.
I know that there's like algorithms, I think with imagery. I know they somehow when you look at something like online, and all of a sudden you see that ad like on Instagram, you're like, how in the hell did Instagram know? Like I'm looking at like socks on Costco or something.
Right.
Like algorithms. It could be music. It could be numbers.
Yeah. So I figured maybe it was my mind trained to see the numbers 444, but sometimes it was so bluntly in my face. I'm like, well, okay, that was weird. I'm like, so that was kind of strange. So I looked into that a little bit, and I had some friends who kind of explained it to me with numerology.
So apparently, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
This is the meaning behind 444. It says 444 is a sign someone is trying to communicate with you. The 444 is a number of protection and courage. It's a sign that you're currently following the right path.
Yes.
So maybe at an early age, you're, obviously, just because you do something wrong doesn't mean you're not on the right path. It's just, that's how we learn life.
Yeah.
So maybe someone was trying to communicate with you. Maybe it was whatever higher calling or spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs you have, where they were telling, hey, even though you might not be doing the right thing right now, if you're going on the right path.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's weird when I went through a kind of a hard time in my life, and I remember I just wanted to get away, get up and get out. And I booked a trip to New York. I booked the trip on a Thursday, and I flew out that Saturday. And I went by myself, and I was kind of scared because I'd never been that far by myself. So I landed in JFK, took a shuttle over to Manhattan where I was staying. And immediately when I got off the shuttle, I look up, and there's a billboard that just have the numbers 444. And I guess it was Jay-Z. Jay-Z had an album that he put out called 444. Mm-hmm. I'm like, whoa, that is weird. Like, what the first thing I see when I get to Manhattan?
So you get to Manhattan, and the first thing you see is this giant billboard with numbers.
444. So I'm like, something told me I'm supposed to be here right now, and this trip is going to change me. And it kind of really did.
Do you feel like that's something that you manifested because it was constantly in your life from a certain age till that point?
Yeah, I think so. It's strange. I still kind of teeter-totter, I guess, with as to why I see it. Maybe it's my mind kind of trained to see it. But again, there's those moments where it's just bluntly in my face. I'm like, holy shit, that's a huge billboard.
Show me a sign, and it's a billboard.
Yeah.
Show me a sign. So do you consider yourself more spiritual, religious? I mean, like for me, I was typical, Hispanic or Latino family, baptized Catholic, and you go to a 3-hour mass in Spanish on a Sunday, which is horrible. Yes, I acknowledge Catholicism is probably the predominant denomination in my life. Mm-hmm. but I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I'm more spiritual.
Yes, I think I am spiritual. I have struggled with going to church pretty much my whole life. And I think for a lot of people can maybe relate to this, but as soon as I seen that movie, The Da Vinci Code, that really kind of questioned everything for me, because that movie deals with the conspiracies of religion. Mm-hmm. So I did deeper research into that, and I learned that, Christianity was kind of picked up from ancient Egyptian kind of, mythology and stuff, or Greek mythology. So I did a lot of research on that, but I think now that I'm older, I love listening to science podcasts, and our universe is so strange, where they talk about things like string theory, and I'm not going to try to be smart and explain what these things are, but
you guys can look it up. I have no idea.
So as far as string theory, I guess from what I took from that, it explains that there's different dimensions, and this universe is far too strange to rule anything out. And I think that's probably where the paranormal things reside, is in different dimensions. Things like that.
Do you feel there's other life forms out there, like in our solar system or other solar systems? Like, do you believe like in, I hate these word aliens, but extraterrestrials? There we go.
I do. Yeah, I definitely do. I think as big and as vast as the universe is,
we're not the only ones here.
Yeah. And what's the common thing, or that what they say about stars? So if you look up at the stars, which we can only see like a super small percentage of the stars at night, each star has at least 2 planets orbiting that star. So if you do the math, that's millions and billions.
That's millions of stars out
there.
That is a trip.
So there has to be life out there, I think.
So you say you listen to a lot of different podcasts, and it's everything from like spiritualism, paranormal, just.
Yeah, I love Art Bell. So I listen to old Art Bell episodes. He would bring on different like exorcists, like Malachi Martin.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that guy, Malachi Martin?
Remind me who he is again.
He was an ex-Jesuit priest who was an exorcist as well. He put out a really freaking crazy book called Hostage to the Devil. And this book is pretty much broken up into, I think, 5 different stories about exorcisms that he would perform. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that stuff was insane. That's probably the scariest book I've ever read, was Hostage to the Devil. But yeah, Art Bell, I remember he would bring on different people talking about aliens and Bigfoot.
So just different things, just like the unknown.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking X-Files. It's like one episode's about vampires, next is about like, Bigfoot. Yeah, that is a trip.
Yeah.
So you're more spiritual then?
Yeah, I do believe that there is a higher power, whether it take form of someone named Jesus Christ or, Buddha, whatever name people put to it. I think there is a higher form out there.
I do too. I mean, obviously I have Catholic symbols tattooed on me, but it's more homage to my family. My grandparents came and went, but they were diehard Roman Catholics from Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's just more homage to them, acknowledgement. Yes, I acknowledge Catholicism, but I think to me, it's more of a personal connection. Personal connection to what you believe in. And if you find comfort in that, you're not a bad person, that's fine. Like I have my little altar here. I pay homage to like, Our Lady Guadalupe and certain Catholic symbols, but I think it's more of a personal relationship. Not necessarily. I don't feel a need to, again, this is my opinion, this is me. I don't feel a need to have to go to church.
Yeah.
Like, whatever higher calling I believe in, they see everything I do. And like I have that relationship simply here. Any paranormal experiences ever on your own amongst your family or places you've gone, or you just felt the hair in the back of your neck stand up, or you seen something manifest?
Yeah. I think there's been a few at my house. My house has been one of those spots where things have happened, not just to me. It's not just my personal experiences, but I've had a few friends that have come over and said, yeah.
And this is in Highland Park, correct?
I'm currently residing in Eagle Rock, which is pretty much on the border of Highland Park, 2 very little small towns. But what I think one was like hearing voices in the house. My daughter, when she was little.
What?
Yeah, she.
I'm like, I'm moving out.
Yeah, I hear voices calling me.
Now, were they calling your name? Was it a male voice, a female voice, someone familiar? Maybe.
Yeah. So pretty much how this happened was, at my folks' place, the living room is upstairs. The bedrooms are downstairs. So I was upstairs restringing my guitar for a gig the next day. So I was upstairs by myself watching TV, and I hear my mom call me. She's like, "Hey, Sam." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Sam." I'm like, "Yes." So she didn't respond to that. So I get up.
So it called you twice.
Called me twice.
And
yeah.
It sounded like your mother's voice.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
Distinctly like my mom. So I get up and I walk to the staircase and she's not there. So I go into her bedroom. I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "You called me?" She's like, "I didn't call you." I'm like, "Shit, someone just did."
And you distinctly heard your mom's tone. Like,
yeah. I'm like, you just called me.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. So I think there's 3 of us in the house that do experience these events. My mom is very sensitive to those things, so she says. I've experienced certain things, and my sister. There's something at night that knocks on her closet door.
You told me about this, and it does the 3 knocks in a row.
The 3 knocks,
and we talked about what the 3 knocks mean. It's the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, it's the Holy Trinity. Yeah.
Holy Trinity. So what people don't know, the Holy Trinity, it's the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost, or Holy Spirit. Depends.
Yeah.
Some of the eviler or more sinister entities or demons or whatever you want to call it, it's a mockery when they do that. It's a mockery when they do the 3 knocks, or even like in certain movies, you'll see the scratches on people's bodies, and it's 3 distinctive scratches on people's bodies. So you've heard that multiple times then.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard it loud and clear. I wasn't on the verge of being asleep. I was wide awake on my phone in bed, and I heard the knocks. Yeah.
Is it a certain time of night? Is it a repetitive, like it's certain days, or just like, the witching hour, like a certain time at night? Or
the time that I recall it last happening was fairly recently. It was about 11 o'clock.
How long ago was this?
This was about 3 weeks ago.
Get the hell out of my apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Really? So how long has this incident been happening?
It's been happening for the past 2 years, I think, from what I recall correctly.
Now, how long have you guys lived in this house?
The house, we've been there since 2007, I want to say.
Older home. Do you know any history of it, or just you just get a certain vibe when you've been there? Or just any distinctive, anything that stuck out distinctly to you, or just anything just out of the ordinary? Yeah,
the neighbors had said when we first moved in, the neighbors had said that the people that previously lived there, they were gangsters. They were drug dealers. Yeah.
So they probably brought some bad energy.
Yeah. He's like, we're glad those dudes are out of there. He's like, those guys were a nightmare. Just freaking always causing havoc and stuff.
I'm a firm believer it's whatever you're involved in, whatever activities or whatnot, you create that energy. Mm-hmm. You create that energy, or you're magnetic to a certain energy. So you bring that wherever you go. So if there's something lingering, who knows what they've done?
Yeah.
Anything else besides at home you ever experienced, or like you gone places?
What else have I just recently experienced? I was in San Diego. I went to I forget. It's called Pioneer Park, and Pioneer Park in San Diego is it's actually a kids park, but it's also a cemetery. And there's tombstones out in the back. So I went with a friend out there to this park, and we were I have a little app on my phone, a little ghost hunting app. It's probably
so you're doing like ghost hunting in a cemetery?
Yeah. And there's probably maybe about 20 tombstones out in the back of the park. So I went,
it's a kid's park, and there's a cemetery attached to the park?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is weird. And this is in San Diego. It's called Pine Park.
Pioneer Park.
Oh, Pioneer Park.
Yeah, and I learned about this through when I went to the 𝗟𝗟 House. I went to the 𝗟𝗟 House in San Diego, and they're like, and I'd asked if there's any other really haunted spots. And they said, yeah.
The 𝗟𝗟 House is another haunted location as well?
Yeah, the 𝗟𝗟 House is it's in Old Town San Diego. It's probably one of the most haunted places.
They have a pretty cool haunted tour down there.
Yeah.
But the ones that happen here in Orange County, they actually come, when they do the Santa Ana tour, they come through my neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
So I'm sitting there on my porch, drinking like coffee. No, bullshit drink. I'll probably drink whiskey in a coffee cup. And I see all these people walking through my neighborhood. I'm like, what the hell? And I realize it's haunted Orange County. They do the historical haunted walking tour here in the French Park District in downtown Santa Ana.
Oh, nice.
So they do one Orange, they do one Fullerton, San Juan Capistrano, the Black Star Canyon, which I heard is pretty creepy. Mm-hmm. But the one you were down there looking at, that was pretty good. I heard.
Yeah, the 𝗟𝗟 House. It's pretty cool. I've been there a few times, but I'd asked the people, I'm like, what's some other haunted spots around here? And they had said Pioneer Park, which is, I guess some people know about it, but it's not one of those places you can go do a tour at. They're like, you just have to go on your own.
You got to go on your own and take a chance.
And they said the park is built on a cemetery. He's like,
fuck that.
He's like, beneath all the...
It sounds like a movie Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. He's like, under all the playground and stuff, there's bodies under there. He's like, but towards the back, there's tombstones.
As much as I love, cuckoo stuff and spooky stuff, that's just unsettling. That's just weird. I mean...
And while we were there, we went about midnight. And... I brought I had a little the ghost hunting app on my phone, and it would beep anytime something was close to us. It was beeping like crazy. Who knows if it works or not? But we did see something. We saw something peek out from a tree.
So
it was a body. I'm like, holy shit! And we both saw it, me and my friend.
So the fact that both you saw it. So I try to. So you're in this cemetery that's connected to a kid's park.
Yeah.
and you got your ghost hunting app, and you're picking up on whatever. So you both saw something peek behind a tree.
Yeah.
Was it human-like, humanoidish? Was it like a spirit that was transparent? Was it just dead eyes? I mean, what exactly did you see?
It was from what I saw, it was a black mass. It was a tree. It was a big tree behind the tombstones, and my friend caught it. She's like, "Hey, look at this," and I'm like, "Yeah," and we seen distinctly a head. I didn't see the full body. I just seen like the head and shoulders. It peeked out from outside the tree.
So it peeked around the tree. Did it have eyes? Was it just like a black figure?
It looked black. Yeah,
just like a black mass.
Like a black. Yeah, like with those black costumes, like those unit. What are they called? Unitards?
Like a leotard.
Leotards,
like
yeah.
A one piece, and it looked. It looked you guys' direction without any eyes, and just did it disappear right after?
Yeah, it went back to the tree. It kind of hid behind the tree again. I'm like, I clearly saw that. Maybe it was my mind playing tricks on me. Who knows? But
Now, how did you feel as far as like any sensations in your body? Did your, because we're all intuitive.
Yeah.
And some are in tune more than others, and some are just dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Did you sense anything when you saw that?
I ran. I ran fast back to my car. That scared the shit.
I don't blame you, dude.
I got so scared. I haven't been that scared in a long time. I ran back to my car.
You know you're spooked. It's like with someone. It's like someone draws a gun or you hear gunshots, but for you to see something, your mind process. You're like, I don't know if that's a ghost or not. Or I don't know what the hell that is. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that scared the crap out of me. But as far as what it was, as far as like the evil energy or positive, I don't know. I didn't really feel that. I just am like, holy shit, let's get the hell out of here.
You're just like your skin crawl.
Yeah.
After Son of Massapalooza, the third day, some friends I was with, we went to Pasadena to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the friends was like, "Hey, you ever been to the Suicide Bridge? It's right here."
Yeah.
And I took some pictures. I posted. I'm like, "No, I've never been." And we're walking through. We decided to walk from the city life where all the restaurants, and I forget. I think it's Colorado. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we pretty much go from where the nightlight's at,
mm-hmm.
and we're walking, and you walking through neighborhoods. Then we get to a certain part where we get closer to the bridge. And just the air got still, and it got quiet, and just a totally different vibe in the air.
Yeah.
And just my intuition's like, okay, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
And we get to this park, and it's a park, and there's an apartment complex, and then the one friend is like, this is it. So you see this bridge, and it looks like typical, just like old world, like, well, I should say old LA.
Yeah.
Just like the architecture, very, very like Art Deco from the 40s.
Yeah.
Even like the light posts. And what's a trip was they had this signage on the chain link fence that said some contact information for a suicide hotline.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And I guess previously there was no chain link fence bordering the bridge. It was open. And people were just, for some reason, they gravitate there and they jump off that bridge.
That's insane, huh?
So we walked the length of this bridge, and it's a chain link fence. And the entire time, it was unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was interested, it piqued my interest, but it was unsettling. And there was padlocks. People were putting random padlocks everywhere. And there was these little alcoves. So it'd be like a street light, a little alcove with like a bench you go overlook. We couldn't get there because it was fenced off. A little alcove, you go overlook the bridge, and that's where people were jumping. Mm-hmm. A few times, like you passed some of those, and just the vibe was just off.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right. And there were two lady friends. I'm like, and I'm obviously, I have to be the man and protect them, but I'm fucking shitless too. Scared shitless. Excuse me. So we get to the end of the bridge. And there's a stairwell that leads down to like a service road that actually leads to like, like the I guess you would consider like the landscaping of the area that goes under the bridge.
Yeah.
So we all kind of stop and we're contemplating to go down there, and it's a different fucking vibe. And I'm just like, there's something down there. There's multiple energies, multiple vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Not a homeless dude, just a dude riding his bike at night.
Yeah.
He came out in the dark, and the girls were like, whoa. And I kind of like, I got closer to the girls, and just, this guy said this, hey, what's up? What's going on? He's all, hey, it's fucking creepy down there.
Yeah.
Like he had a very serious look on his face. Like he wanted to get out there. He was carrying his bike. He wasn't walking. He was carrying it.
Oh shit.
And he carried his bike up the stairs. Like he wanted to get out of that area, all that landscaping and shrub that was under the bridge.
Yeah.
Apparently when people, they jumped, and that's where they all landed.
Yeah.
So just imagine all that unsettled energy, or just unsettled, just like, people dying, abruptly, and they don't realize they're dead.
Yeah.
And they might be like in purgatory, or they're stuck in limbo.
Yeah.
But even walking back, it just like I said, I don't want to bring nothing with me. I just don't want that vibe. And so I'm like, let's leave that there. So I came home and did a little ritual and all that. So yeah, I definitely believe in that. I definitely believe in just, spirits and angels and just I don't think we're here by ourselves. I don't think we're the only people here. It's too big of a universe.
Yeah.
And like I said, I live in an old neighborhood. Even moving into here, I was a little standoffish. I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear 3 knocks in the middle of the night. So I had someone doing a little cleansing and just kind of like purify my apartment.
Yeah.
To make sure it was comfortable moving there. Because this house was built, I think, in the 1920s.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer when you do construction in an old building, it might be unsettling to certain spirits that don't realize. They're like, hey, why are you moving into my house? So yeah, so that was where the Suicide Bridge, I think it's Pasadena.
Yeah. Actually, I live right near the Suicide Bridge.
Oh shit, okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. On one side of the bridge is Pasadena, on the other side it's Eagle Rock.
Yeah, that was just, I love that. I love it out there, but just it was unsettling going under the bridge.
Yeah.
And we like got to a point we were contemplating we wouldn't go any further.
Yeah.
And when that guy came out from where we were planning on going, he's like, "That's pretty creepy down there." That was confirmation. I'm like, "Yeah, we're not going to go down there." So.
Yeah, I'm down there all the time because I like taking pictures. So I take one of my buddies and we go take photos down there. And I've never experienced anything down there, but I have met a few homeless dudes who have stopped by and they just start chatting with us. They're like, "Dude, yeah, we've seen people like walking in front of us, make a turn, gone, completely out of sight."
Like they jumped, or was it a spirit that was just passing through?
He from what he explained, it sounded like a spirit just passing through, just walking by.
What the fuck?
Yeah, down underneath. Yeah,
imagine all the unsettled souls that don't know they're dead.
Yeah,
just it all depends on your beliefs, but that's a lot of. I hate to sadly to say it, but the head count. Imagine the amount of people. It got so bad, I guess they had to build that fence.
Yeah,
on both sides of the bridge.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure, but I think since they've built that fence, someone has just jumped too. There was a recent suicide.
Really?
Yeah, we hear about them all the time because being so close.
It was just crazy to see like the signage. It says like a suicide hotline.
Yeah,
and it's like this is the suicide bridge. I even tagged it. Like I took a picture of it. Cool little moonlight and whatnot. And I was like, let me take a picture, and it even said like suicide bridge. Yeah, Pasadena. I'm like. Even like the GPS calls it out. I was like, that is fucking creepy. It's like
that's crazy. And man, I mean, bless their souls, but man, what drives a person to take themselves out like that? What an insane way.
I mean, I get it. People get weak.
Yeah.
A part of my beliefs feels like they're not 100% themselves.
Yes, that's what I think.
They've somehow been corrupted or just manipulated by whatever got into them or whatnot. So it's like, so your song Fallen Angel, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
What's the meaning behind that? Since we're talking about spirits and whatnot.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I went through that rough patch in my life with my mom getting sick and a lot of problems with my daughter. So I pretty much lost all faith, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to write a song about Lucifer because
because he was a fallen angel. That's right, he was.
Yeah, and I felt like God's not putting any good stuff in my life, so maybe Lucifer might. That was kind of my my view on that. So. But yeah, like you said, Lucifer was a fallen angel, and it was kind of my my big middle finger to the powers upstairs because I was.
I don't blame you, man. That like you said, your own addiction issues and then issues with how being a father and then your mother getting sick as well. So.
Yeah, so it was a rough time in my life. So I thought I'd write this song. But as far if I don't know if I do have the same beliefs, but it felt really good to write that at the time because I was pretty angry.
It was self-gratification, probably relieving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And look, it's a cool song now.
Yeah. Oh man, this is another one I haven't played in a while.
No pressure.
Okay, there we go.
I've looked at you for years, despite destruction, pain, and tears. They say you bring light into my life. You fucking joke, I found the other side. A fallen angel brings light into my life. A morning star rises in the sky. Now I see beyond all your lies. But now I see beyond all your lies. I seen murder in your name, seen the countless you betrayed. You call me a sinner to repent in your name. You fucking joke, you ain't seen nothing yet. A fallen angel brings light into my life. A morning star rises in the sky. But now I see beyond all your lies. But now I see beyond all your lies. A fallen angel brings light into my life. A fallen angel brings light into my life. A fallen angel brings light into my life. A fallen angel brings light into my life.
I love that one because it's short and sweet, but it has so much meaning. And just that vibe, that twangy kind of like country, like honky tonk vibe. And then you explained to me what it means. I was like, I'm telling you, man, anything that has meaning, like personal meaning from that artist's experiences or just trials and tribulations, and you're sharing with other people. Just, if people are aware of what you're talking about and they relate to it, that just has more meaning than anything. And that's what I dig. That's why when I heard that, I was like, I want to hear the song.
I think, old Hank Williams, Senior, he really inspired that one. I love Hank Williams.
It's another influence as well.
Yeah, Hank Williams, I love old country.
That's cool, man. I'm totally digging this. It's just, this has been fun so far. I'm totally digging the music. And I took a chance. I'm like, hopefully this sounds good. But so far we were good. So we're going to take a quick break. Again, I'm here with Sammy Ruiz. You can find his music and his artwork on Instagram. At the art of Sammy Ruiz and the music of Sammy Ruiz on Instagram.
Yeah, the music page is Sammy Ruiz Music.
Okay,
and the art is the art of Sammy Ruiz.
Cool. And again, I'll definitely put all the links to all his information, music, artwork, his clothing, and whatnot. So we're gonna take another quick break, and we'll be back with Sammy Ruiz. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump back into this because I feel like we got a good rhythm. Again, episode 4 with 𝗥𝗡𝗄𝗏. My guest today is Sammy Ruiz, who's been playing some amazing music and sharing personal things of his life. But one thing we need to discuss is your artwork. Not only you're a musician, but you're an illustrator as well, or more artist.
Yes. Yeah. I focus in a lot of character design. I started doing, when I first started doing this, I do a lot of mashups. So I would take an existing character, for example, like Felix the Cat, and I would kind of give him a different twist. I put him in a rude boy kind of suit.
I noticed that. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah. So I started doing a lot of mashups, and I purposely did that so I can get used to a lot of the ways that previous illustrators or character designers would draw. I would kind of get used to shapes and stuff. But now kind of where I'm at is I'm designing my own characters. I have a lot of ideas on things I wanted to do. I did a series of characters called the Sea Punks, which are like, they're kind of like, I did an octopus, like a vampire, what the hell was it? A vampire squid, a jellyfish. I love things like that, like weird, strange things.
Are you lefty or righty?
I'm a lefty.
Oh, so you can't do nothing right like me then. What's weird, majority of like illustrators or artists, painters, a lot of them are left-handed. Some weird facts about left-handed people. Apparently we have better vision underwater.
Really? Oh.
I'm blind as hell, so I can't determine that. What I heard is what determines us to be left-handed and right-handed, our right arm slightly becomes dislocated during birth.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And we're very artistic. A lot of left-handed people they're very artistic. And I always the joke, I'm all, I can't do nothing right.
Yeah.
That's why you're all like, I think he's a lefty. I wasn't paying attention when you were taking notes. I'm like, you sound like you're a lefty. But you play guitar right-handed.
Yeah, actually, this is the only thing I do right-handed. And I think the reason is because when I first started playing guitar, I would watch different videos of other musicians playing guitar, and that I just picked it up the same way they were holding it, and I just kind of taught myself that way.
No, are you? I can't say the term, but you can use both hands.
Oh, ambidextrous?
Yes.
No, actually, I can't do.
That's too big a word for me. Sorry.
I can't do anything with my right hand except the guitar. Yeah.
So the only thing you do is playing the guitar.
Yeah.
That is fucking weird. So I played guitar when I was just personally on my own when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I bought a left-handed acoustic. It's a Fender, correct?
Yes.
This is Strat.
This is a Fender Hellcat, the Tim Armstrong signature series. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think the reason why I started playing the right-handed guitar is probably because my grandpa just picked up a guitar for me, not knowing that there was left and right.
You just got accustomed to the right-handed guitar. Then.
Yeah, I think both ways seemed equally hard, so I just kind of picked it up right-handed.
Now, your illustrations, your drawings, obviously left-handed.
Yes, everything.
Do you have that issue of smudging? Because I smudge since we're left-handed. When I write, everything's smudged, like paperwork and all that.
Big time. Not only do I smudge, but my hands sweat like crazy. There's like puddles of sweat in my hands. So you see, like little wet spots on my drawings and stuff.
So were you a little kid just like doodling, like just sketching things out, and it developed over time? I know you mentioned your mom.
Yeah, my mom, she would sit down and draw like dinosaurs with me and stuff. And I remember I was a very quiet kid. I was very to myself, but I loved watching movies, and my dad or my grandpa would take me to the movie theater. And I would redesign the movie posters. I would make my own movie posters for the movies I'd watch.
Art was art. What's the term? Art. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna butcher it. Art pretty much creates art. So you were looking at these movie posters, and you came up with your own illustrations, your own rendition of it.
Yeah, I would kind of redraw movie posters.
Life imitates art. There you go. Sorry.
Yeah,
I probably butchered that anyways. So you went to the movies with your folks and your grandfather, and then you just saw these movie posters.
Yeah,
and you would go home and draw your own version of it. Then.
Yeah. I draw my own versions of the posters, but I got introduced to horror by my grandma Alicia. My parents would leave me with her at night whenever they would go out.
Justin said the same thing. He's like, I would go to my grandparents' house, and I was watching Texas Chainsaw. I'm like, what kind of same here. My grandpa was letting me watch Elvira.
Yeah,
I wonder why I like curvy women with black hair and makeup. I'm like, I turned into the Wolf Man. I was like, man, that's another story.
Yeah.
So definitely, you feel like the art was influenced by just like movies, or just sitting there and you drawing on your own. What inspired you to get into becoming an artist and actually creating these pieces like the one I have right here in my living room?
I think a lot of it was, I think what I remember liking back when I was younger was character design.
Okay.
The way they would draw certain characters and stuff. And I got introduced to Tim Burton at a very young age. My aunt bought me The Nightmare Before Christmas when it first came out on VHS.
I can see that influence. I could definitely see it. Especially like the I noticed you have a certain style, like the eyes. Yeah. Even like your business card and your logo. It's like everyone's on acid. I noticed that.
Yeah. you know what I kind of like? If you remember that movie, Dead Silence?
Yes.
With the James Wan director. At the end, when they're kind of showing all the people that were killed but that became dummies.
They all had that signature look on them.
Yeah, they had that stare. I like that.
It's funny you say that, because a lot of, like, I have Alice in Wonderland here. Art from Sammy, and even your logo, you have that. Yeah, that's all the same, that blank stare.
Yeah, the blank stare,
very animated.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. That kind of says something about characters. But I like putting them in kind of awkward situations, almost as if they were like, "All right, time to take a picture," and they just kind of stand there awkwardly.
When did it get to a point that your art you started considering becoming a vendor, like at the cons, like at Midsummer Scream, and like the Terror Market at the Sugar Man? At what point you're like, okay, I want to start vending this art and selling my music and making T-shirts and pins and whatnot?
The vending stuff, actually, I could pretty much thank my friend Oscar Navarro. He's one of the vendors. He goes by the Art of Sketch. I have really him to thank, like, big time for all that stuff, because my first art show that I did was back in, man, I don't even remember the year, but he was doing art shows near my house at some place called the Verdugo Bar. And back then I was in school for art. I went to college. And I was doing like weird college project art, art things.
So you had the natural talent, and you were refining it by taking courses locally in college.
Yeah. So I was doing like landscapes and portraits and stuff. And it wasn't really horror stuff, but my friend, I contacted my friend Oscar. We had mutual friends, so I contacted him, and he let me display some of my pieces at his art shows that he would have.
Really? And then from there, it got bigger and bigger, and you started selling at the conventions.
Yeah.
And then I saw your website. I'm like, wow, this is pretty legit. Not that I'm discrediting what you're doing, but I'm like, wow, Sammy does music. He's got a website, done the cons. I'm like, I can't even micromanage my social media on Instagram. I'm like, such a buffoon. But hell, I can't even edit my own podcast. That's just crazy how you went from just being a kid that was just drawn for fun to like now you actually have merchandise you sell.
Yeah, and I think, I spent a lot of time by myself, and I did, just drawing in my room. I read a lot of Goosebumps. I love Goosebumps and stuff. Watching the X-Files, I would watch that all the time, watching Goosebumps, the TV show. But yeah, back to the art shows. I think after doing the shows with my friend, The Art of Sketch, I kind of just met people from there. I started doing shows at bars, but little by little, it's just meeting the right people, and just it's slowly progressing and having good work ethic. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
We talked about that privately. I agree with you 100%. Now, when you do your music gigs, do you also have your artwork available as well?
No, actually, what I do is they're kind of separate. I think a lot of people that follow my music page don't know that I'm a musician or artist. I'm sorry, and vice versa. So eventually, what I'm going to start doing is combining the two.
That's cool because you're gonna have your music fans, and they might not know you're an artist as well.
Yeah, or
they want to get the CD and get like you gave me the pics and then the stickers, which I thought were totally cool.
Yeah,
and like the shirts. I was like, you might want to get a little bit of everything.
Right.
And I think it's just cool that the fact that you're able to do both. It shows you're very broad as far as your creativity. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool, man. I like that. So.
I kind of been brainstorming different ways to combine the two. So what I want to do is take some of these songs that I wrote and start illustrating them, start depicting them in different ways. Like I have a song called Mr. Nick, which is about Satan, and kind of draw him the way he's depicted in the song. And I think that's a cool way to.
That'd be cool. That'd be like a cool book, you ever thought about doing that?
Actually, for the next CD, I'm going to do that. I'm going to illustrate each song and
write the
lyrics.
So and maybe like a little short book, like short stories, maybe.
Yeah,
and that I totally see that. That's a trip. So we definitely talk about your musical influences. So I'm going to paint a scenario that here in my shitty little apartment, the time portal opens up, and you have an opportunity to go see any of your favorite artists, any era. Where would you go and why? Who would it be?
I think probably the first one I would love to go back and watch would be Django Reinhardt. Django was, I don't know if he played any shows in the United States. He's from Belgium. And he was a gypsy. And he pretty much only played when he wanted to play.
And what era was this? Like what time period?
I think he was playing the most back in the 30s and the 40s. But he got caught up in a lot of that World War II stuff. So I think at that point, that's when he pretty much kind of stopped performing because it got tough with them and the Nazis and stuff. But
vocalist, guitar player,
he's a solo guitar player. Pretty much what he does. He doesn't sing, but the way he plays the guitar, Jesus Christ, it's amazing.
So just acoustic. He's an acoustic performer then.
So he played by himself sometimes, but he had a band behind him that was called the 𝗥𝗲𝗄 of France. So the music would be called Gypsy Jazz.
Okay.
That he performed. And it was beautiful music, very cinematic. So I think he would be the first one, Django Reinhardt.
Would you want, if you had an opportunity to perform him, or would you just want just to be an observer? Like sit there quietly and just watch him?
I think I would just sit there quietly and watch him.
You wouldn't be like, hey, I'm going to come jam with you. He's like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever keep up with him. He only had 2 working fingers too.
Really?
Yeah. His hand got burned when he was younger. So pretty much all this stuff you hear is only with 2 fingers.
So the damaged hand was mainly handling the fretboard.
Yes.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's a crazy fact.
So him, I would definitely just watch. But I think as far as play with, I would play with Howlin' Wolf.
Okay.
Man, I love that dude. That dude's music. I would love to be just a backup guitar player in his band.
Just playing with him on stage.
Yeah.
Big venue, small little intimate club, like a little jazz club, or maybe like a juke joint or something.
I would say probably the best shows that he probably played, I'm guessing, is just probably those little blues bars.
Yeah. So like a backwoods juke joint.
Yeah.
Moonshine. It's just him with an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So you definitely would jam with him then.
Yeah. Him or with Tom Waits.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And Tom Waits, he doesn't really play anymore, but he's still alive. But yeah.
What period of Tom Waits, like when he was in the 70s, when he was a little more psychedelic, or 90s was a little more, not mainstream, but a little more hip to culture?
Yeah, I think probably the 90s Tom Waits, when he was doing albums like Blood Money. That's a cool kind of circusy, very cinematic music I would love to join in on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's next for Sammy Ruiz? What do you got going on the next few weeks?
The next few weeks, I have the show right here at the Frida. That's gonna be cool. That's in December. Let's see. On December 21st, I'm gonna be over in Long Beach for an event called Tim Burton Burlesque.
Cool.
Yeah, that one should be cool. Put on by my friend Bobby Burlesque. But next year is gonna be pretty big. I have Midsummer Scream coming up again.
3 days. I don't know how I'm going to do 3 days.
Yeah, it's going to be a brutal one.
I don't want to think about it. It's like, any conventions you're working on for December? Any of the cons? Do you need merch or music?
No gigs booked in as far as music. No gigs in December. The next gig I have coming up is on January 18th. That's going to be in Highland Park at the Offbeat Bar.
Okay. You normally play there?
Yeah, that one I kind of play there a lot. Get a lot of my buddies book shows there.
I'm going to go one day. Just get the hell out of Orange County. Just go down there.
It's a cool place, but I don't want to get too comfortable playing there because I notice when musicians get comfortable playing with certain places or playing at certain places, they just stick to that spot.
They don't really venture out. It's
and I want to make sure I get out. I go tour. I'm booking a tour next year, so I'm gonna.
Cool. Who do you see yourself touring with? Or would like to tour with next year? If you could pick like a certain artist or band.
If I could, I would really want to join in on some of those acoustic artists because I think a lot of acoustic artists are getting kind of popular again right now. And for example, the guy I was mentioning earlier, which Amigo the Devil, I would love to open up for him or some other guy named King Dude.
Dude,
yeah,
he's just a cool name. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, he's like some crazy satanic acoustic guy. That would be cool. But I do have a lot of love for the punk rock music scene, and specifically, those guys have showed me a lot of love by booking me with Rancid. My friend Elvis Cortez from Left Alone, shout out to him because he books me all the time at different spots and stuff. So
it's good to surround yourself around like-minded people.
Yes,
not only professionally but just personally, and just people are willing to put you out there or take you on under their wing or just to show you love.
Yeah,
and I experienced that personally a lot in the last 2 years, just being involved in the things I do. And it's just weird how you might know someone, I know them as well. They're like, oh, I know Sammy too. And I'm like, that son of a bitch. No, but it's just like, it's just, you realize the people you surround yourself around, that they're just like you, and then they have the same beliefs or feelings and whatnot, and they're very creative.
Yeah.
They're very passionate. People that are artistic, it doesn't matter if you're playing a guitar or you're being a monster, we're very passionate about what we do.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of our own selves into it. So you get emotional. Like I got emotional a couple of times when I was scare acting and just like you take it, it's who you are.
Yeah.
So people don't realize it's like, hey, what you're seeing or what you're hearing or what you're reading or what you're enjoying, that's a part of me.
Yeah.
And it's just good to have that. And then, like I said, being around the right people who appreciate that and are willing to put you out there and just like introduce you to this person and that person, or like vouch for you. Hey, you know what? I got this guy that plays guitar and he's an artist as well. He'd be cool for this convention or this event or whatnot. So,
and I think that's the main thing I love about getting the chance to meet all you guys, yourself and Scaredy Cat Vasquez, Mr. Death Breath, and vendors,
bobblehead Scaredy Cat,
different vendors like Mandy Monster Under Your Bed or Steffi's Doodles or Spooksy Boo. It's everyone's not only positive, but everyone's just, they have a love for what they do. And it takes a lot.
And I keep saying it's a small community, and just everyone knows each other and everyone talks about each other, good and bad.
Yeah.
But it's just, hey, if you got nothing to hide, you're a decent dude. You got nothing to worry.
Yeah.
So that being said, I think we talked about your music, your art, your personal background, your addictions, your family, your influences. You've done a lot, and just, it's amazing to see how you've gone from being, this junior high kid playing drums to you create your own art, and you're playing with Rancid and going on tour with Rancid and Pennywise to you're a vendor now, and you have these CDs, you have music all over all these different platforms. I'm like, son of a bitch. I was like, okay. And at the same time, you're a very humble man, which I respect and I appreciate. Thank you. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't have any more questions. Anything you want to mention? Anything you want to ask me? Or
well, just to mention, I've been lucky. I've been blessed to have been given these opportunities and stuff, and to have met all you guys. And I know it takes courage for you. I can never be an actor. That is so scary.
Honestly, I don't know how in the hell I came this close to walking away. And if it wasn't for certain people that convinced me on the spot. Yeah. But as soon as I did it, I was just like, it was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Like I just drank that potion and I was like, I need more. I was like, but at the same time, like I turn it off. Yeah. Like I have costumes piling up in my effing bedroom. I'm like, either they're going to get thrown away or I got to put them in storage. So it's like the monster needs to go to bed. Yeah. Go to sleep. Yeah, man, it's hard. And again, I don't give myself enough credit. I'm just because I'm humble, but there's people who've been doing it for years. And then at the same time, that's something. How do you manage to be a father and hold like a 9-to-5 job and be an artist and a musician? How do you do all that?
I take pride in being very organized. I have in my wallet, I have a little calendar that I print out for each month.
It's OCD probably.
Yeah, I'm a nerd with those like little like desk notes and stuff. And but yeah, I keep myself very organized. I have a to-do list every day and make sure I check them off. There's something very satisfying about putting a little check mark next to something you've done.
What you're doing is it's brain or mind dumping.
Yeah.
And once you've completed that task, you check it off, so it's no longer your subconscious. And
Yes.
you see the completion of it. I do it in my personal life, and I do it at work as well.
Yeah.
So you're very on task then.
Yeah, and I've noticed that at my age now, 31, different things like eating what you eat, exercising does give me a lot more energy now.
Oh, wait till you hit your 40s. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and I need to eat better. I need to lay off the soda and the junk food and stuff, and that does help.
Just wait. Give yourself about 5 years.
But as far as a question for you is there anything we can maybe share as of right now about the event in December?
So myself, the Frida Cinema, and Ghost Party Pictures are doing a Christmas horror themed film festival. That's an immersive event at the Frida Cinema here in downtown Santa Ana. It's going to be 3 different horror themed Christmas movies, and then it's going to have immersion with scare actors and different type of photo ops. Also, we're having vendors as well. Sam is going to be one of the vendors there. It's just this crazy brainstorm idea I came up with and wrote down on paper, and I approached the right people. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we'll see what happens. And it's just going to be a different experience. You could, obviously go enjoy these horrible Christmas horror movies, and then at the same time, you want to do a photo op with a Twisted Stand, you can, and buy some cool merchandise from someone like Sammy. I don't know how it happened. It just surround myself around the right people, and an idea that went from paper and went to meetings to multiple emails to finally taking measurements and reaching out to people. And okay, I guess this is happening. It's official because it's on their fucking website. And I'm like, no pressure. So again, it's at the Frida Cinema. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and on their website, Frida Cinema in downtown Santa Ana. It's put on by Dark Alley Productions, Ghost Party Pictures, and the Frida Cinema as well. We have multiple vendors. And there'd be some scary monsters roaming around scaring the hell out of you. A couple of creepy elves and maybe like a perverted Santa Claus or two, and a disgruntled dad, like ugly sweater party dad, disgruntled. So you get that haunt fix that we haven't had since October. Yeah. So
that is really cool. Yeah, and thank you for putting all this on, because I've done one art show. I've hosted one art show in my past, and it's a lot of work. So thank you for putting that time out and to do all this.
Honestly, I needed to fill a slot, so I just needed to. I'm just kidding. No, I really wanted your art there.
Thank you.
I thought you'd be a good fit and you're at the conventions too, so you're a good fit. And I wanted your art there, and I was like, you know what? Maybe in the near future we'll do some type of musical event there if things are successful. But no, I really wanted you there because your art. I love your art, and
awesome.
You're just solid, dude. So
thank you, dude. Thank you for including me, dude.
Yeah, no problem. So I think we're gonna wrap things up and finish with the main track off of your latest album.
Yeah, Ghost of LA.
Yeah, so this is Sammy Ruiz, artist and musician. You guys could definitely find him on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on your website.
Yes, the website, theartofsammyruiz.com. I got 2 Instagram pages. The music is Sammy Ruiz Music. The art stuff is The Art of Sammy Ruiz. Eventually, hopefully, I can merge the 2 together. And pretty much I have Facebook, but I'm most active on Instagram.
As well as me. And I'll put his links in the description. But let's finish up the podcast with the Ghost of Los Angeles. Well, Ghost of LA, excuse me.
Perfect.
Roam through the night, the devils and the demons stirring up fright. The depths of the shadows where we hide. Better make a run, we're coming out tonight with ghosts. We're the ghosts of LA. We're the ghosts of LA. We're the ghosts of LA. We're the ghost of LA. little strange in the way we behave. We like to smoke things and we're just a bit deranged. If you don't fit in and you just don't belong, come walk by my side and come and sing along. We're the ghosts. We're the ghosts of L.A. 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 We're the ghosts. We're the ghosts of L.A. We're the ghosts of L.A. We're the ghosts of L.A. We're the ghosts of L.A.
Amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Sammy Ruiz, everyone. Sammy Ruiz. I just want to thank my guest, Sammy Ruiz, once again. I shouldn't cough on the microphone, but I just did. For not only sharing your art, but your music and personal aspects in your life. You've been an amazing guest, and I enjoyed your music. I'm just dumbfounded how much you're able to do and how much you got going on in your life. And you continue to be positive. You're always smiling. And you're such a young man still, and just who knows what you're capable of doing in the next 10 years or so.
Yeah. And thank you, brother. Thank you so much for including me, having me on the podcast, and just for allowing me to play some songs. And thank you for doing what you do as well.
I had no other guests, so I had no choice.
So you're the last pick.
That's just bullshit. So thank you again, Sammy, for being here. Thank you for everyone at home listening. Continue to support the podcast. Support Sammy in his music and his artwork as well. I will put the descriptions there where you can find him, me, and Sammy as well. Everyone have a safe and happy holidays, and we'll hear from you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap of episode 4 with my amazing guest, Sammy Ruiz. You can find his music, his art, all linked in the description of the episode on Instagram. The art of Sammy Ruiz Music. You can buy his merch, his music. You can see where he's going to play at. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4. I'm going to take a little hiatus the rest of the month, probably January as well. I do have some guests lined up. I just want to unwind a little bit. I haven't really slowed down since the haunt season. It's December. So I'd like to thank everybody out there for supporting the podcast and supporting me in my personal life. Again, I'd like to thank Sammy Ruiz for coming in and playing amazing music for us and opening up his private life and not only wearing his heart on the sleeve. I'd like to thank everyone that's been very encouraging me to actually take this journey into podcasting. Even though I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. So once again, thank you, everybody. And you guys enjoy the rest of the year and happy holidays. Take care.